Each afternoon, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and the technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with Verified Investing.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's best trade setups. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at verifiedinvesting.com. Today we're going to jump into the S&P 500 and go over a couple different stocks that are either getting into some really good support levels or some elevated stocks that are getting into some resistance levels. Let's jump right into the S&P 500. So here's the SPY. Look at this big fall on Friday. Cut a nice little bid, put in a little nice little doji candle, and now we're facing a little bit of resistance. So you have this prior red bar candle high at $738.91. That's going to be a lot of resistance. That's not my shortable level today. If we get to $744.39, that is your level to start shorting the SPY. If it does jump up a little bit more, we do have additional resistance at this prior gap fill at 748.17. That's going to be, those are the two resistance levels if the S&P 500 can get a nice surge to the upside. On the downside, we have this gap that was created today sitting right here at 729.08. If we can get a sell-off below this previous gap at 731.58, here is your support level on the SPY at 731.58. This is where I'd be going long on this chart. SOXX, we finally closed below this upsloping trend line on Friday. Now we're getting a huge bid to the upside after getting back into this prior gap in the charts. What did I mention last video? Take a look at prior gaps in the charts. They give you an idea of where support can hit. Look at this, $586.66 prior gap in the charts. Ton of support with this previous bull flag before a decent move to the upside. As you can tell, there was a lot of price consolidation in this area. Nice bid. Now, the level and the line in the sand, we have to get above $599.33. And if we can do that, then we're going to start looking to recapture potentially this upsloping trend line. If we can do that, our next gap in the charts is sitting at 624.65. That's going to be the resistance level that I'd be playing the SOXX today if we can get this nice bid. RBLX, what a move today, over 16%. Here is the level that I'm eyeing today on Roblox. Here is a solid gap in the charts. Look at this, $55.26. That is your level of resistance. Now, as you can see, we've already pulled back off that level already. About a 2% drop. Now, if we head back into this level, because we've already gotten a significant drawdown, this is going to be resistance again. Your stop out is any 15-minute closing candle above this level. Then all of a sudden, you can look to exit the trade and re-enter it here at 56.32. That would be another really solid resistance level. If you don't mind dollar cost averaging into it, then you could dollar cost average all the way up to 56.32, which is about a 2% move if it gets a continued move to the upside. Amazon, what a push today. Look at this resistance level right here at $246.03. Got a nice rejection. Prior gap in the charts. Look at that. Got rejected off that level. So on the upside, if we can close above that on a 15-minute closing basis, I would not enter the trade. I would be looking for a prior gap in the charts sitting right here at $248.30. Now that we're already getting a decent pullback, my buy level would be right here if we went about flat on the day at $234.27. We have broken this down sloping trend line on Amazon. We haven't made a continuation move. So now we have to wait for another move up above $248.30. That's not our entry price. We are going to wait and be patient and re-enter this at $226.50, even though it's already broken out. If it doesn't fill us, if it never comes back after making a continuation, that's okay. We will just stay away from this trade. Good push up here on Amazon. Google is making another push to the upside as well after this $332.29 level gap in the charts. So what I'm looking at today, look at this, prior gap in the charts and a high of a red bar candle, $357.95. That is the level that I'm targeting. If you're aggressive, here is your level, to $353.51. That is your entry price on the chart for Google. NVIDIA staying weak. Look at this. We close below this gap in the charts at 196.50. Now, this is going to be the resistance level if it gets up into this, if the price action gets back up into this prior gap in the charts. I'm not willing to short this because we are still beaten up on NVIDIA. But look at this potential shoulder, head, shoulder pattern. If this continues to break to the downside, we are heading all the way back down to about $178.06. So where am I looking to short this today? If we do break above $200, first level of resistance is 198.80. But I would be looking for a pierce of $200. So I would be looking to short NVIDIA today at 200.20 if NVIDIA and the rest of the markets can make this continued move to the upside. Not quite a bottoming tail on NVIDIA, but if we do close closer to this low pivot, prior gap on the charts, consolidate sideways, we could be putting in a potential bottom on NVIDIA for another push to the upside. Again, right now, we haven't confirmed below it, and so we have to reattack that and get above, and then we can start pushing to the upside. AMAT, what a bounce today. It was slightly negative on the day, and now all of a sudden it's pushed up. $668 was that gap in the charts. This is why we have stop outs. Every once in a while, we're going to get to a trade that just continues to go against you, which is why on a 15-minute closing basis, had you tried $668 and you would have dollar cost average, you would have been able to take a profit. Oftentimes, people don't know how to dollar cost average effectively. And so this could have been an area where you stop out. And then what you do is you look for your next whole round number, which is $700. So if we get up to $700, this is the level that I would be looking to short it. If it does close above 700 on a 15-minute closing basis, then I would look to stop out of AMAT, unless, of course, you don't mind dollar cost averaging. And so how you would do that on AMAT is you would look to average in every $7 to $8 higher, and then look for about a 1.5% to 2% pullback on AMAT. This is a great move to the upside on AMAT and just continuing to push. Micron, MU got into this gap in the charts at 1,048.51, got all the way down to 1,025.21. Never really got to a secondary gap in the charts. However, this was, if you were able to dollar cost average all the way down, you would have been able to take a profit. My shortable level, if we can go flat on the day at $1,131.13, that is going to be a great rejection area on the price of MU. That would be my day trade level. If we continue to sell off, this is going to be a solid support at 1048.51, but the level I'd be looking at is $981.41 today. LITE is getting this great push to the upside. It did get through this previous gap in the charts. This low pivot point is where it got a lot of support. Did pierce it a little bit, but this was the area for a long play on LITE already. It's already filled the gap, got a little bit of a pullback. So if we go up a little bit higher at $861.26, this is the level that I would be interested in shorting LITE. If we continue to fade, though, if we sell off on LITE, $765.42 after this huge move on LITE, that is the level that I would be willing to play this on a day trade basis. If and only if the S&P 500 gets into a lot of support. Last but not least, look at SanDisk. It is staying weak. So we did mention that signs of weakness are starting to form on SanDisk. Look at this negative RSI divergence that's been forming, and it's finally breaking this upsloping trend line. On a technical basis, this upsloping trend line is still intact. We haven't made a continuation move. In fact, we haven't really even closed below this upsloping trend line. So what we want to see is price to get back below 1914, previous gap in the, or gap in the charts, and then clear this previous gap right here at 1831.50. If it can do that in 2 consecutive moves, then all of a sudden this upsloping trend line becomes resistance. Right now it's still support. So my shortable level is if we went flat on the day at $2,087.61. That is the level that I would be looking to short SNDK. On a bounce, if we sell off, the first level I'd be interested in now that this gap in the charts has already played out. 1831.50 is my long level on SNDK. So I like to give you opportunities both on the short side and the long side, because we never know which way the market's going to react. If we get a continued bounce, we have those shortable levels. And if we get a sell-off, we have those support levels. Now, Verified Investing has some course sales on sale right now. So this is the financial freedom sale, up to 40% off of all courses. You guys want to scan that QR code to get access to all of the sales on our webpage, and you guys want to take advantage of them. So that way you can get an edge in these markets. And that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing, and we'll see you next time in the charts. You guys have a great rest of your day.